Oh boy. Just clearing my throat out. So there may very well be, and apologies ahead of time, some coughing and spluttering during this stream at some point. I've got a little mute toggle button thing, so with any luck, it won't be like, you know, hideous or anything. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, hi. This is Malik, and welcome to episode 7. 7? It's 7. It's got to be 7. If it's not 7, then it is now. So yeah, here's my little rat maze thing. I was going through all of the cycles of the options, and I'm like, the gases are really good, other than in the basement, but that's fine because the pipes don't go down that far anyway. Power, we're well on the way of redoing that into better cables. Temperature, a little bit warm at the top, but we've got access to cool things and I can recycle it, you know. That's just complicated, lots of noise. It's material types. Lighting, we could probably do with some lighting. And then I'm like, well, we don't really have that much power, but it's like, no, we did solve the power. Because we have this little ethanol generator, which isn't a permanent solution, because there's only a certain amount of ethanol that you can actually, you know, absorb through this, but we're turning ethanol into power, which is always a good thing. We've then got gases. I was like, I like the review, you know, this is like a review thing. And look how much the hydrogen is backed up because the ethanol is just doing its thing. So we're actually probably slowly building up a backlog of hydrogen, which is good. The oxygen is starting to back up a bit because the vents are at pressure. So we might end up with a backlog of oxygen at this rate. We'll see how it goes, I guess. So yeah, gases are doing well. That tank probably needs dealing with, like it's starting to get quite full. I think that's got like a polluted oxygen and a CO2 and things like that in there, so I just need a filtration mechanism for that. We've then got niceness, like prettiness, like how pretty are things. I think that's basically what this option is. We've then got bacteria, and it's fair that this area has got some bacteria in it. It is our big cess dumping tank, which is only accessible at this point now by people wearing masks. Farm and plant-related things. Hey, they're like children's rattling things. I guess we'll find out. And then we've got rooms, which is always fun. Yeah. And then that takes a screenshot, which I didn't need. I think there are other things though. That was it. That was it. It was left shift F1. This is exosuit related things. And then we've got automation cabling. And then finally we've got, I don't know what this is. Radiation. Apparently that creates radiation. That creates radiation. There's a lot of radiation coming out of whatever the hell that is. It's a thing. But yeah, it's kind of cool. I like it. Anyway, so hi. Looks like we've got quite a quiet stream so far today. I don't think there's a huge amount of viewers, but that's fine. I kind of skipped the last one because of illness, so maybe people thought this one wasn't gonna actually happen, which you know, it's a fair thing to maybe assume. Yeah, I noticed that. That was where was it? Where was it? There we go. Yeah, that little tink, 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 tink. So I'm guessing that this Weezewort then just produces radiation, or is this area a radioactive area? Weezeworts. Who knows? It must be the Wheeze Nut. Because there might be a way of turning that radiation into something useful. There we go, off by one. Yeah, I thought that was something we probably could do. Oh, there's another one over there. Good to know. Yeah, because we can zoom out and... Oh, they're dotted around all over the place. Something for me to be aware of, that these things aren't just chili boys. They are also mutation causes or something. I don't know. But yeah. So what is this tank full of again? It's full of something. It's full of something. Oh, we've got chlorine gas, polluted oxygen, and CO2. Well, I think the CO2 can just be scrubbed, can't it? Someone mop that up, please. Disgusting. Honestly, guys, you need to, you know, clear up this. I'm just kind of getting reacquainted. Do you know what I mean? With things. Oh, all the power things have kicked in. Yeah, we probably need more carbon dioxide stuff. See, the carbon skimmer is all very well, but there's only so much that it can probably do, you know? And the deodorizers turn polluted oxygen into regular oxygen. I kind of remember all of this, but kind of only loosely. You know what it's like. See, we're dumping all of that in there. I like how there's this little bit of ethanol just there, just sat in the bottom of this pool of grossness. What have we just researched? Fine art. Nice. Are we going to do research, like, immediately? It looks like an immediate research thing. I'm not complaining, but I think we're going to do immediate research. Holy crap. Now, how many rads do we have? And I need to set up a rad farm, don't I? Yeah, because I don't know... Yeah, we don't have any more uranium ore, so what I need is something that can do more raddy farmy stuff. What I need is a proper airlock somewhere. Like, I've got no airlock, so I probably need an airlock somewhere. I might set up something around here for an airlock, which then can go to the left through here, and then like have a load of things over here that are just airlocked off. Maybe. Maybe. Did I leave the window open? No, I did not. I'm just double checking that it's not too much background noise for you guys. But yes. Because we've cut through the abyssalite. We've now got a bunch of obsidian. I mean, that doesn't sound like a terrible thing off by one. But I figured it would be something useful to have on the go. But either way, yes, research. I was only reminded of that because we've still got the gourmet meal preparation. So, we're going to be doing some researchy things, and I don't think we're going to have that many votes. I don't think this is going to be a very, very light vote thing. My god. I think it's because I sent out the early reminders, because I did like half-an-hour reminders, because I figured that since I wasn't here for the last stream, I figured I had to give people early warning that, no, I'm actually here, but I think it may be that combined with whatever, and it's like, yeah... Yeah, pretty much off by 1. I think it's just you and me at this point. Hey, it's gonna carry on going. Oh. Booze. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's been it's all over, unfortunately. That little month ran out. Okay, so guys, give me some options for the thing that we should vote for next. What do I think we should have? That's kind of cool. Solar panels. It's not useful right now. A sauna. Uses steam to create a relaxing atmosphere. Aww. I feel like some steam might be a little bit too steamy, though. I suspect there's a maximum temperature for that. Smart storage. Smelting could be fun. I'm going to put smelting down. Because I like the idea of being able to actually, you know, get more efficient metals and stuff. Because at the moment, we just use the crusher. It's a bit crap. What do we have as well? I think we just got fine art, didn't we? We've already got the yellow research thing, this one, material science search. We've done a little bit into gourmet meal preparation, but we used up all of our uranium to get those 8 points. It seems like quite an expensive thing. So we've got yellow. We haven't delved much into it yet. So we've not got this part. So that's actually the kind of thing that we were talking about with rad bolts, and then that bounces rad bolts around. So we could always do some rad bolt stuff. I'm gonna put rad bolt as one of the options. What else do we have? What's the advanced gas flow? Looks like it's more spaceshipy stuff. I'm just gonna do decor as well as an option. This vote is like, I feel like this vote is utterly redundant. What a weird turnout it is today. And then I'm just going to put generic sensors. It's like, it's almost like I need to vote, but I don't think I can. I think I've set it up so that I cannot vote, not explicitly, just because I've done a slash again. There we go. Why didn't it do it? Why didn't it do it? I mean, I don't want to confuse things. That's the only problem. Why didn't that trigger? What a bizarre... It did trigger, but it didn't, like, activate this thing. Which now is not doing anything. What is going on? What is going on? I mean, yeah, exclamation marks is very streamery. Why is the old vote summary thing... Hang on. Well, there it is. Why isn't it revealing it? How bizarre. I have no idea why it wasn't revealing that. But it's also not reset it. What is going on? Hang on a second. There's something really weird going on. So if I do a test trigger, it does that, it does that, it does that. You're going to have to bear with me a second while I actually figure out what the hell is going on with my vote mechanism. Yeah, because it's not actually doing it. What is going on? Yeah, I'm computer programmer. Tell you what do you want me to do? There's nobody else here. And while you're figuring out what you want me to do, I will keep trying to figure out what's going on. How bizarre. It is just... like, it's gotten the data in, but it's not generating the vote things. Ah, yes, you did vote for. So yeah, we'll do the generic census. Oh my god. I have no idea why it's not quite working. It's such a bizarre thing. Yeah, because there's the GDI text. There's the vote summary. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Right, what can I actually do with these 773 kilograms of carbon dioxide? Well, what I can do is set up a whole big carbon skimming system. Yeah, because all they require is some liquids in and out. Which I can figure out. So yeah, I could always have it so that the CO2 is pumped out of here. And then I have some kind of room up here which does CO2 processing. That's what I think, anyway. Yeah, because CO2 is being pumped out of this room. And it's being pumped up here. It's going into the system here, and then it's all just being filtered in there. So obviously I'll need a CO2 process. Look at the oxygen backing up. This is all because of the power that we've got coming out of this. I'm certain it's because of this. Because there's so much power coming out of here, it's reliable while we've got all this ethanol. It's like, yeah. Yeah. Producing out all this crap. I don't really care. Do we have, I'm going to put some more aluminium ore to aluminium. It seems to be a good idea to just keep that going. Not like indefinitely, but it's not going to hurt to have more. Okay, so let's, how does that, oh, is this going to be one of those ones that doesn't get repaired because it's inaccessible? I think that's what it is. Plumbing. So, deconstruct the plumbing. Radiant liquid pipe. There and there. Yeah, because we had that issue with that corner, didn't we? That one in the corner broke and they couldn't get to it. Which is weird, because they were able to build it and deconstruct it. But they couldn't, yeah, it's like, come on. Hey, Chosen One! My god, we've got a second viewer! Oh, I'm famous. So famous. So I need to fix the vote thing now. Oh, OBS is not connected. Why is OBS not connected then? That's what's happening. The streamer bot thing can't connect to OBS. That's the thing. What's wrong with you, OBS? Oh, there's been an OBS update. I bet. Oh, please don't tell me that it's incompatible. That would be really disappointing. Yeah, pretty much Chosen One. Paige's busy, so she might be in later, but other than that, we'll see, I guess. Eventually, we'll get the water running through these pipes, but we'll see about it. Yeah, we really need this polluted water. At some point I will have a polluted water recycling system. Because at the moment it's kind of a bit gross. That all we've got is this big cavern underneath the base. And all it's got is sewer water in it and effluent and industrial... Yeah, it's basically just industrial effluent. Super gross. Well, that's not going to work unless I deconstruct that as well. Yeah, they just can't repair diagonally. Yeah, I think OBS may very well be recording, stream, blah blah blah, hotkeys, accessibility, general. I don't know how I originally enabled it. Tools, WebSocket server settings. Here we bloody go. Enable WebSocket server. Apply. I know, Chosen One. It's one of those things where it's like... Yeah. Because it's having to fight the cold for such a long distance that it's just going to take a long time to do. So if I put a shortcut pipe across there or something and then fed it back, it wouldn't be so bad. I think we'll figure out what's going wrong here. Not in the thing. In the thing. Oh, here we go. I think it's connected now. Basically, what happened is when OBS updated it, it reset the password on the connection thing. So, even though it's all running on my own PC, it needs to go through a WebSocket and blah, 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 and yeah. Tech stuff. So, yeah, that was a thing. I do kind of like these motion sensors and stuff. They are kind of cool. Like Zach's very self-congratulatory. By the time this actually, all the water comes through, I think it's just going to be too late. But like has been said, it probably is irrelevant anyway. Tell you what I could probably do is just do some shortcut pipes. And then reconnect and disconnect them appropriately. Because then I can disconnect things and yeah, we can figure it out. Whatever happens, happens, you know. Either way, we've still got plenty of power. We've still got plenty of gases. We're backing up with the oxygen. We're backing up with the hydrogen. I think the whole thing is actually working quite well at the moment. Obviously, that'll all come crashing down when the ethanol runs out. But I'm trying not to think about that. Like, is there any ethanol elsewhere? I mean, I know I could go into the materials thing. What is that? That's like a weird layered of polluted oxygen, carbon dioxide, and then a mixture of water and polluted water. It's just kind of like a weird layer. It is what it is. I kind of feel like that cool steam vent could do with some stuff. Look at that. Because I can do the reconnections and disconnections. That's the beauty of that. And then the temperature of this should cool right the way down. Because these pipes... I mean, the content is not particularly cold. I think it's because this whole area is, again, it's not long enough for it to be... I bet there are lots of really cool ways you could end up having some kind of really cold liquid and then have that be your conduit of cold. Pump everything through that and it kind of just works. Like how this ice is just melting into water and it's all just dribbling down here. It's a thing. It's a thing. Brine over there. There are some very cool things that I want to explore. Shininess of the gate is definitely a thing. It is very much a thing. Hang on, I'm going to take another drink though. That reservoir needs sorting. Yeah. Anyway, but like you say. Oh, and the research is actually complete as well, so that's a thing. Yeah, we got sensors. Hobgoblin. You probably could have guessed that. Actually, it would have either been coffee, tea, or hobgoblin. So I suppose in that sense, it wasn't as obvious as it could have been. But yes, so I decided on a few drinks. I do have work tomorrow, unfortunately. But that doesn't preclude me from having a couple of drinks. It's not gonna suddenly, I don't know, stay drunk until tomorrow morning. Let's have a little look. Blah 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 blah. Anyway, yes, shininess of gate. Ooh, we've got some other things as well. Right, let's see if the actual vote system works. So, excellent. Really, Chosen One? I'm pretty sure you must. You can't have not heard that. I mean, you know. I think you have. You know, it doesn't work off by one until I've actually done the votes. Have you just squandered your vote? Does it? Does it? I don't see it. In fact, actually, I think it looks like I mean, votes end just makes it disappear. Yeah, you've already used the command. I'll go in and modify it. It looks like everyone's voting for the Hexcellent Fruit anyway. I think I could actually make votes end. Yeah, I think I could actually. Oh wow! Hey, Trillin. But yeah, it did count for 2. That was interesting. Yes, strange. Very strange. I think that might be in the settings somewhere. I think we have, like, groups. But I have no idea how it all works. Yeah, I've no idea how that's actually still doing its thing. But anyway. How is it not knowing that? I am so confused. I am so confused right now. Like, I'm not even sure how it knows things now. I don't know, but I think we're pretty much definitively that, yeah, the excellent fruit is what's gonna be done. So let's do the whole votes end thing. Excellent fruit it is. Huzzah! I need to set up another plant farm, don't I? That would be a really good plan. It's where to start putting things, because as you spread out more and more, temperature becomes more and more of a thing. I can't spread out too much into certain areas because they're bad temperatures. But obviously if I did spread out into those areas, the temperature would even out. Hey, Radika. So, like, if I dug into here, eventually this cold area and this hot area, they'd balance out, and eventually that area would then normalize, I guess? Yeah, I certainly don't remember seeing you around here before. We're all good for new peeps. So, yeah, I assume if I just dig that out and, like, if I make insulating blocks around the current colony with insulated doors, and then dig things out, and then just kind of let nature take its course? Maybe? I actually don't know. You see here, it's in the 30s, which isn't too bad. I mean, there's sulfur as well, which I kind of feel like is probably important. A lot of these cold areas are very cold, but they're not horrifically cold. What I need to do really is turn this area into a proper full-on suit. Yeah, the water side of things, there's this water over here. I'm not worried too much. I'm going to be digging this area out anyway to create a CO2 processing plant thing. That whole area is normal temperature, so I'm not particularly concerned. So I'm just gonna just dig this out. Dig this out. Dig this. Double check the temperature. Yeah, the temperature is fine. That's actually a really good temperature area. It's not infinite, but it is limitless. I think you can get in there and maybe kick it off and make it work more frequently. This will produce water, but we drained this whole thing that used to be all water, more or less, and we've drained it right the way. So I think that it's not unlimited. It's unlimited, but it's not infinite. I think the water pipes are not doing quite their job. I need to build more plumbing. And just down, just straight down. And I'm just going to flick this switch to stop it for now. What's our calories like? We've got plenty of lice loaf. We've got like 23,500 calories of lice loaf. Sounds gross, but is delicious. probably. Infinite... Infinite means... How am I gonna... Oh god, there's so much water now melting. What the hell? What's going on here? This is like just all water melting. Infinite means that there is no end of it. So the original source has no end to it. It goes on forever. Whereas limitless means that that no limit has been imposed on a thing. So that's why a lot of the internet providers say, we don't have infinite internet, we have limitless internet. Because infinite would suggest everything downloads instantaneously because the bandwidth is infinite, or that there's more internet in here than the entire universe kind of thing. Whereas I say limitless means that no limit is imposed upon it. So although there is no limit to the amount of water we can pull out, it's not an infinite source. It's not philosophical. It's like I don't know the proper linguistic ways of explaining the word. So I'm fumbling uselessly at trying to explain what I kind of know. I bet there are better dictionary descriptions of these things. Oh god, look at that. So all the water kind of flowed in here. Oh, I think I know what happened. There must have been a bunch of ice in here. And the icon for the ice are these little pebbles. But because I was pumping water into here, it heated up the air. The air became hit melting point. It all then just spontaneously melted. Hang on a second. Does that mean you can use cold temperatures to potentially purify things? Like, could you just freeze an area, get them to collect ice, put the ice in something, and then it melts and becomes pure? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, ice distillation is a thing. But now my brain is starting to think of a way of using cold to purify water. Or would it just become polluted ice? Yeah, look, here it's melting and then look at it. You can actually watch the ice immediately freeze, melt, freeze, melt, freeze, melt. Probably because Off by One is literally in there, letting air in and out. Lol. Well, water is also leaking into the room, but I think that the whole idea of it... Suddenly, I saw a lot of this was filled with water, and I think it's a case of... It's the ice that's melting, like, there. That you can just see it liquefying, filling the tile, then immediately becoming an object and falling to the ground. It's kind of interesting game mechanic. I like that. Not sure how practical it is for it to help me, but it's kind of cool. Yeah, like a wall here or something, or I don't know. Yeah, I could probably turn around. The thing is, there's lots of polluted water, but lots of ice. We could mine the ice. My brain just wants to actually now farm ice for water. We could have like an ice depot somewhere up here where ice gets put, and then of course it almost immediately melts, dribbles into a tank. Like maybe not here, but you know what I mean? We could do it. We could do it. Anyway, I need to, okay, so we've got, oh my god, look how hard that obsidian is. That's like 3 diamonds? Oh, I know this is a bit controversial depending on the situation, but animals are just, they can be so tasty. Like, don't get me wrong, I love fruit. Fruit's amazing. Pineapple being one of my favourite fruits, blueberries. I'm a big bread fan, and you know, give me a tomato and herb pasta. Fantastic. But I do like my meat. I do like my meat. Like, give me a lamb shank with rosemary and mint. Oh. Anyway, thanks Wild Magic for digging away that really hard stuff. I don't know what obsidian is useful for, but I bet it's useful for something. Wild Magic just kind of stood there, just like, what do I do now? It's fair. I think that's a question that all of us ask ourselves. What do we do now? What are we doing here? So we're going to do a CO2 processing plant, so let's just put that like that. I don't know how big a CO2 processing plant's going to have to be. To be fair, everybody, eating too much meat is bad for you anyway, so even from a health point of view, it's always a good idea to try and keep the fruit and veg going. Now, I'm going to drain that water into a big vat, and then I'm going to so if I dig that out, it's all going to drain out. We then need to have it drain into a tank here. So I'm going to temporarily just build a tank, put a pneumatic door, a manual airlock. Yeah, here we go. And look at how much we've got there. Room size 39 tiles. So once this room is built, I'm going to see how many tiles it is and make sure that it's got sufficient tiles. And then I want to drain all of that water out into this area. Oh no. Oh no! Fix the wire. Okay, so still nowhere near enough tiles. It doesn't have to be exactly the right amount of tiles. I don't know. Plants don't really think. If you've not got a central nervous system, then I kind of like, I'm less empathic. But to be honest, it is healthier to eat veggie stuff. As long as you're still getting a balance of nutrients, it is pretty healthy. Especially all the processed meat you get. Like, I love a sausage. Sausage is amazing. But it's not very good for you. It's really, really not. Yeah, I think there comes a point where you you have to draw a line somewhere, and everybody's line is in a different place, a different unique place, as to what you consider to be okay. And yeah, it's not always going to be the same, you know? I'm ready to sweep all this up, and it's going to be a pain to try and find the space for it, because we've got no space for anything at this point. I know why this isn't counting as a room. We've not got a little block there. Priority on that up a little bit so I can get that done. Oh, 40? That's not actually too bad. I'm just going to pull that like that. Basically, oxygen not included is a kind of cutesy, survival-y colony management thing. So gravity is downwards, so it's side on, and all these little guys, I don't control them directly, I just give jobs to build things and stuff, and then they go off and do it, and then they starve to death, or they suffocate, or they get boiled to death. Yeah. Yeah, that's a bit personal, Radika. Yeah, just go into a chat and randomly just to start asking for people's numbers. Yeah. Definitely a good rule of thumb, everyone. Never randomly share your number online. It's, or email, or name, or... To be honest, you can... The things that you shouldn't share with random people online can go on and on. So yeah, and this is no difference. Let's copy this building. Yeah, really could stop asking that. That is really creepy and weird and suspicious. Very, very suspicious. Yeah. I think off by one is suitably suspicious and dubious, so good for you. Because it's definitely a bit weird. I mean, it's more than a bit weird. It's slightly concerning. Oh dear. I think we've got someone who's not taking no for an answer, guys. Abyssalite storage unavailable. Can Abyssalite be stored anywhere? Yeah, very sus. Very sus. So Abyssalite is the miscellaneous stuff. Okay. There we go. That should get the Abyssalite out, maybe. Dirt is unavailable. So once I've drained this water into here, pumped it all out into storage. Not that we've got enough storage for it. That's the only problem. Once I've got it, I'll be happy. But what do I do with it afterwards? We can store them in containers like that though, can't we? Like the liquid reservoir will actually hold 5,000 kilograms. So we're talking 5 metric tons for 6 blocks. So actually, really, it makes sense. It is more efficient to just have the liquid sitting in the world like this. Which is good to know. I don't like these blocks here. I'm gonna very, quickly just put things like that and do that. Because I want to dig that away. And then we can sweep away things. Yeah, we don't have enough storage for dirt. What do I put in here? The metal ores. And then I'm guessing refined metals as well. But apparently not refined metals. Where do all the refined metals go? If I did dirt... We've got a lot of dirt. A lot of metal ore there, and refined metal. I feel like the refined metal should be somewhere else. Ah, there's refined metal there. So I'm going to actually untick refined metal from there and then have it put somewhere else. That's all the critter eggs, consumable ores, clothing. That's like a very generic thing. I guess we just need another dirt storage. Which basically means where, there we go, cultivatable soil. There we go, look at that. White across the board, that's nice, that's what I like to see. Okay, Radika, you're going in timeout. I said don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, I'm not having people trying to get details out of... Nobody send numbers to people. That's not cool. Yeah, sometimes, guys, we get weird people in the chat. It's one of those things. It's just one of those things. Okay. Yeah, I don't know whether this is a scam thing, but this is how some scams do start. Get people's numbers and work them. What's the... Oh, we're about to hit cycle 100. Apparently it's a milestone. What? Does something good happen? Does something bad happen? Yeah, maybe chosen one. Apparently we get celebrations for 100 cycles. In fairness, though, my philosophy is that if you're young and innocent, you probably wouldn't ask for someone's number. You'd ask for their, like, you know, Telegram or WhatsApp, or do you know what I mean? Number? Probably not. I don't know. Just my thought. So, we have an achievement. Yay! I like how the low bar is set here. Reach cycle 100 with at least one living duplicant. It's like, wow. That would be disappointing if you didn't even manage one. Do you chosen one? I mean, you look a bit stressed. We could send you to de-stress with the weird. Did we actually? No, I got rid of the massage bench, didn't I? You're fine. You're only underwater without any kind of breathing apparatus or pressure suit. It's fine. I mean, rehab, de-stress. You do chosen one. I think it's just, you know, you're just being more yourself than you should. I think it's you're biting your nails while skipping. I think that's what that is. You are involuntarily expressing yourself. Aww. It's amusing. Right, so we need to set up a de-stress center or something like that. Because we did have one and then I kind of replaced it with the whole hospital thing. Involuntarily expressing yourself. Which, from a lactating perspective, might not be a good thing to admit to. But from a being stressed and being crazy perspective, yeah, I mean, that works for me. I involuntarily express myself all the time. I also voluntarily express myself in a crazy... I mean, you'll be fine, chosen one. You'll probably be fine. That or we'll just reprint you, you know? That's what expressing can mean if you're involuntarily expressing yourself. It's a bit weird, but that's what it can mean. I'm just telling you intricacies of, you know, English. It's probably best not to think about it too much. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put top priority on the, well, not top, but pretty high priority on these things. And see if we can get some of these. Cultivatable soil is run out of space again. Damn. And bear in mind that men can also do that off by one. It's not limited to women, you know. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Ah, boy. Just takes more work, apparently. I should probably look at the CO2 situation. You know how I was gonna set up that processing plant and then I ended up creating a tank for that water. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. You didn't specifically say it, but yeah. I'm just being weird, not creepy. I'm just saying. Just saying. Like, I could involuntarily. You know what? I'm just gonna move on. I think now is the time to just move on and stop. What do you think, guys? I think I should probably just do that. Let's create some ladders here. Put some tiles here. And do some diggy here. Conversations in this chat, and I entirely blame you lot. Nothing to do with me whatsoever. Yes, Delta Halo, I imagine it probably is. But then, honestly, if you randomly join this chat in a live stream, there's a good chance it's going to be a weird conversation. So yeah, I'm going to create some kind of processing plant for the, oh god, yeah, let's see how the gas is going. At the moment, we've got the CO2 backing right the way up. Oh boy, yeah, we've got the CO2 backing right the way up. So what I'm now going to do, I'm going to pause it because we really do need it pausing. I'm going to put another tank. I'm going to put a top priority in this tank. And I'm actually going to have all of the gas in here fed back into the system. Yeah, because I know what I'm doing. So, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. And then it's going to refilter the whole thing. So the gas bridge shenanigans is going to be like that. We're going to have this, which is going to be just kind of, it's going to be a thing. Okay, gas pipes. This is going to, so what is also in here? We also have chlorine gas going in there, apparently. It's almost all carbon dioxide, but I can work with that. It's also full of germs. That CO2 is full of germs. Disgusting. Hang on, there's chlorine gas in there. I'm guessing there's not enough chlorine gas to kill the germs that's in the CO2. I don't know. So we're gonna have chlorine gas being the yellow output. We're then gonna do snippy like that. Actually kind of cool that works like that. I'm then going to do gas pipey. Yeah, I revealed it. We want to see your weird comments. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how a tank that's mostly CO2 with a bit of chlorine and I guess it must be the polluted oxygen, but why is the polluted oxygen not got the germs in it? That's the bit that's confusing to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up so that chlorine gas gets put in this tank, but all of the CO2 gets put in this tank, which will get the whole thing running again, and then I'm going to have a processing plant just here, or down here, or something like that. We need to sort of pump it all in and hope and pray. We'll figure it out. It sounds like we've got a shiny. Okay, yeah, we can do. The germs are going down, but then so is the amount of CO2, unfortunately, because I've literally just... The pipes have literally just finished being connected. So, So yeah, sorry about that. So it's not a very good test, I'm afraid. Conductive wires. Okay, we plugged that in there. Oh, there's a break in the cabling. Well, let's replace it all with good cables, or better cables. Ventilation, let's program this to be carbon dioxide, gas pipe, that, and then technically that as well, so it's going to end up with the same configuration as before. Yeah, that is a problem. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be a percentage. It was an absolute, like you say, an absolute amount. Yeah, like the number of, although the number of germs at the moment is going down, but the amount of CO2 is not, because again, the pipes are all backed up again. So it looks like the chlorine gas is slowly killing the germs, or the horrible environment is killing them. I assume the polluted oxygen wouldn't kill them. But yeah, we do definitely need to sort that out, and hopefully, with any luck, we can get a processing plant sorted. See, I have no problem with the cold seeping in from this area. Yes, it's very, very chilly, but we kind of have an abundance of heat, so I don't think it's going to be a major problem to have some cool coming in. Not sure how the best way of balancing temperature in a base is. Obviously, we've got quite a hot area here, and what little insulation we have, I think it's probably too little too late. Always build more insulation. I know there are cooling mechanisms, so if we start really getting problems, then we'll figure it out. Oh, hey, Emil. So that's just a room full of oxygen. I have no problem digging all the way into that. It's a bit chilly, but as long as we don't go into the... I mean, the abyss light's already kind of cut through anyway, so I don't suppose it really matters too much. Ah, yes, research is a good thing. And we've got more people to vote now! Guys, so obviously one of you specifically knows this, but when we had the whole voting thing the last time, like at the beginning of the stream, we had a... It was a little bit of a landslide vote because we only had one person voting because only one of you was here. It was kind of amusing. I mean, it was very amusing, let's be honest. It was super amusing. I know you were loving that personal level of importance, right? So yes, you are. We also have a blippy printing pod, but let's get the research done for starters. So we just researched sensors, so that will be useful when I start automating more things, which will at some point have a thing. I'm sure it'll happen. Star map location sensor. It's kind of cool. I like. Yeah, exactly. So important. So self-important. So we have things. So suggestions, please, from the chat for things for us to research. What have we got? We still don't have any radiation. So anything that's got yellow research requirements, we're not going to be able to do because we still don't have a good ready supply of rad bolts. However, if I scrolly, this whole rad bolt thing, that's a thing. I'm actually going to put that in. So votes rad bolts, because I'm going to put rad bolts in as one of the default things, because rad bolts is then going to unlock a bit more of the yellow research. But for now, no good. You want robotic tool things? So it's like robotic tools. Yeah, we can put robotic tools in there. Not a problem. Robotic tools. Anything else, guys? Notification systems. Okay. Notification systems. We're going to have sirens kicking off. One more thing, guys. We've got arty things we could still do. Smelting's an option with various other kind of good transport stuff. Goods transportation. What else have we got? Sanitation stuff. Flow redirection. See, some of these are part of the spaced out DLC, but they don't require the yellow research, which then is okay. I think I may just pick one and go, I think I'm gonna go high culture. Or rather, I'm just gonna go decor. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kick that one off, see if it works. Yay, the system worked this time. And then I'm gonna have a very quick break while that voting kicks off. And we will see how it goes. So I'll be right back, guys. Right, I am back. What have we got? Oh my god, we've got even votiness. That's the thing, you see. When we get when everyone's sort of like back to default single votes. Well, I'm going to leave it open for a little bit longer, guys. But yeah, that was wow, 222 on those. Huh. Nobody wants rad bolts. Oh boy. You have the power now, Trillin. You have the power. Oh boy. Well, that seems pretty definitive. Yeah, it's going to take a lot to swing that back the other way. I think Decor might have it. I'm gonna end up. That's not how you spell votes end. Okay, well, I'm gonna give it 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, off by 1. You're so mean. You're so mean. So Decor was the winner, but now where do I go? I think high culture is going to have to be the thing. So I think a lot of these require plastics. Yeah. So I think we need like oil and more exploration and things like that. So you're not really kidding off by 1. You're actually telling the truth, but the context surrounding the truth was important. That's fair. We understand. I don't want to extend the water tank now. It's a nice water tank. Oh boy, look at that. I kind of want to do this forever. Rather than keep on. But I kind of don't want them to spend all their time doing it, but I kind of feel like there's probably plenty to do. I don't know. We are eventually, slowly, bit by bit, going to replace the wiring. To be honest, a lot of us who hang around an awful lot online, not necessarily people. We're not people. That could mean so many things. But we all know what we mean. Well, I know what I mean. I don't know about you guys. Well, that's the thing, is it's like... Yeah, because I suppose people can be used as an adjective and a noun in this case. So saying that we're not people, the first instance of the word people is the adjective, I suppose. And then the second is the noun. So you're modifying... Yeah. I'm not gonna think about that too much more. I'm getting a headache. Okay. I think we need to diggy that. Yeah, there's an awful lot of weird stuff like that off by 1. It's like... It's like, it works better when it's written down. But red rhymes with lead, and read rhymes with lead. But red doesn't rhyme with lead, and read doesn't rhyme with lead. But all of those combinations, there's still only 4 words involved in there. You know, red and read, lead and lead. Are all those 2 pairs are just spelt the same. The context is important as to whether you're talking about lead or talking about lead, or whether you're talking about red or you're talking about read. It's just, yeah, it's so bizarre. I love it. I love English. English is one of those things that's so bizarre. Yeah, English also doesn't rhyme with lead or lead. Like, see, it's actually impossible for me to tell whether you said lead or lead. It's the context. I don't have enough context in your sentence to know which of the 2 different words you mean, because they are different words, even though they are spelt the same, because they mean different things. You know, lead I mean, lead is a substance. Also the past tense of lead, and lead is the... Anyway. Well, it could be lead. I mean, the substance, the metal lead, is spelt the same as lead, the past tense of lead. Yeah, flies. Yeah, time flies like an arrow, fruit flies like a banana. I like that one. Oh no, I didn't click. I didn't click. And fruit flies, but like, yeah. One being a synonym of this is similar to this thing. And the other use of the word like is that this thing prefers this thing, has an attraction to this thing. Oh, I like that because then the word, yes, oh, I've not come across that one before. I like it. Time flies like an arrow, fruit flies like a banana. Sorry. Yeah, I suppose things like that are more likely to crop up if you're studying a language. You're gonna find weird things. But as an English speaker and natively, I won't necessarily come across the intricacies of a language. Like probably more than the average. More than the average English speaker, I'll have these little intricacies, like, you know, lead and lead, read and read. But yeah, time flies like an arrow, fruit flies like a banana. Yeah, I don't know whether fruit flies actually do eat bananas, but they probably do. That's really awesome. What, the old time flies and fruit flies? Time flies and fruit... It sounds like I'm using 4 different words in my head there. Even though I'm not. I like it. Yeah, flies and flies. Sorry. Well, they like bananas because they're fruit flies. They eat bananas. Bananas are fruits. So they like a banana. You know, and they enjoy it. Nom nom nom. Oh really? It does seem like a superbly clever sentence. So much so that it must have gotten popular. Yeah. Huh. Me like it a lot. What was I doing? Okay. Where did all the CO2 actually even go? Because it's like... Oh, hang on. There's still loads of it in here, I suspect. Every now and again, chlorine gas gets pumped out. It'll sort itself out. Garden path sentence. Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Oh, we've got the oxalite stuff. Ah, I remember this stuff. We like oxalite. We were desperate for it originally until we came up with this weird-ass electrolysis system. Not completely. But basically what we've got is we've got... I mean, it is obviously a petroleum generator, but basically, yeah, I mean, we now have... We've had uninterrupted power for so long. Look at how much the oxygen and hydrogen gases are backing up in the pipes. You know, this is a hell of a thing. Which I am, of course, very pleased about. Yeah, the oxygen is not something I'm worried about. Having it so that the CO2 isn't taking up too much space and backing up, that's a thing. What I'm actually gonna do, though, I think, Well, firstly, water is a thing now. Did we, yes we did. Alright, I'm gonna... Snippy, 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 snippy. No, hang on. There's a... Oh, hang on. Is there a... There's got to be a reconnect tool. I want an unsnippy tool. Is there not an unsnippy tool? Or is this one of these things where actually there is no unsnippy tool? The whole idea of the snippy tool is to conveniently unsnippy things. Is it going to be one of those things where you literally there is no unsnippy tool? It would make me sad. It would make me sad. It would make me very sad. Ah, that's fine. Then hopefully... Radiant. Yeah, it does. It just immediately does it. Okay, it's been enough time. Let's do a blueprint. We're gonna do it. I swear these live streams basically go nowhere. I mean that in the sense that oh, we've got a suit. What is the suit about? Ugh, I'm pressing buttons and I shouldn't. What is that? There we go. Okay, now that I'm not pressing buttons. Mima. What kind of a name is Mima? It's, anyone with a hyphen in their main name is that's just odd. Now I kind of want a hyphen in my first name. It's nice. It's kind of festive almost. I mean, the suit sounds pretty cool, to be honest. And with it being the only thing that's not an extra person, it depends. I mean, I always leave things up to you guys. That's the whole point of these streams. Leave the votes up to you. Not know what I'm doing, and and kind of fumble around, chatting about, you know, time flies like an arrow and fruit flies like a banana. It's just that's stuck with me now. I hope it sticks with me, because you know how it is. You wake up the next day and you never think about something ever again. But I'm hoping this does stick with me. I don't even know what an operator is. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on off by one, because according to this, you shouldn't be. But it is just one of those things that's just happening for some reason. So I'm going to have a look at the commands. Members. But it's always appreciated when people point out that things... subscribers... I think it just hasn't updated yet. Maybe it needs to synchronize. I don't know how I would get it to synchronize. But it is keying off the data that's in YouTube. So I think it's just a case of it will catch up. Lol. Yeah, F5. F5 on streamer. All I know is that it's gonna be like that, and it will probably fix itself automatically. So I've got the viewers, but it's just not quite coming through. Yeah. I think it'll figure itself out. Refreshing. Oh, it's so good. I think you should try Alt F4. That's what you should try off by one. Now that's the classic. No, well if there's a generation of people who don't know that joke, that would be amusing. Looks like the knit suit's gonna win. Yeah, that looks like a. Come on, guys. There's loads of people in the chat. We've got like 7 people in chat. There we go. Come on, we need votes. We need votes. Yeah, I think the excuse me. I think the mechanism, there's like a sort of a lag, a delay between that's alright, Charlie Powell. That's fine. That's alright. Work is more important than me, unfortunately. But am I more important than my work? Yes. We are more important than our own work, but our own work is more important than each other. No, that doesn't make any sense. No, I thought I was like close to some kind of epiphany then, but I wasn't. Back in the RSC days, it was before I used to say, yeah. Well, find all, delete. For the file menu, of course, because Control F would be if I. Oh, I see. Lol. Now, I remember back in the IRC days, one of the most popular versions of the IRC client, when you downloaded a file, it just downloaded the file into the root folder where the client was and all of its configuration files. So if you sent someone, and it was something like settings.ini, so if you sent them a file called settings.ini, it would overwrite their IRC client's configurations. It's like, what the fuck? How did a developer make that program so you could just overwrite their settings? And of course, by overwriting their settings, you could set up some kind of macro thing where you could gain control over their client. Not like to get into their computer, but you would then be able to remote control their IRC presence and force them to say things, to use commands if you're in a server that has commands. And so it was just like, how did somebody decide this was a good idea? And as a developer, a software developer myself, I was horrified and delighted in equal measures. I mean, yeah, there were ways you could get in to their clients, but yeah, I think the whole settings INI was just to configure their client to then accept commands in certain ways, and it was just kind of like, what the hell? And me running in the Amiga at the time, I had a copy of this file, which I accepted happily, because the Amiga client, not only did it have a completely different settings file, but also it had its own downloads folder. But yes, you absolutely could. And that's why I analyzed this little file, and I was kind of like, that's cool. And this was so long ago now. God, I feel old. I've been feeling very... because I've made an old man nook, and I will explain what the hell I mean by an old man nook. So yeah, vote said. I think the suit is... the suit's what we're doing, apparently. And also, yes... I suppose now we just need who gets the suit? Who gets the suit? Because Pagey has got a snazzy suit. Wild Magic's got a snazzy suit. Zach's got a cool vest. So someone else, if you've got a character in chat, sorry, if you are in chat and you have a character in game, there we go, that's a much more sensible way of wording that. And you would like to have this pom-pom knit suit. It looks warm. Warm might not be a good idea in the colony right now, but hey. But yeah, if you want it and you don't already have something, then I'm going to put the votes forward. Only fair that it was you off by one? I mean, maybe. Maybe. I'm going to have to wait for a moment because the votes... As I say, I haven't got it so that when I start to vote it undoes the cooldown on the command. so none of you would be able to vote right now if I started. That would be funny, though. It would be funny. Oh, boy. I think that you can reset the cooldowns, but I think you have to do it like per user. You have to right-click and do it. I mean, I don't know, Charlie. I mean, does it look cozy for science? I mean, it does look kind of cozy for science. I'm not gonna lie. But then again, it kind of looks sciencey for everything. No, it looks cozy for everything. Yeah. I think someone decided that they only had enough red wool for the one pom-pom, but they had loads of weird green shades. I think they'd recently had a knitting project involving making something that's like a tree. Because there's so many light greens and mid greens. They had like loads of green wool left over, but they only had just enough for one red pom-pom. No, I mean, yeah, it's bumpy. One would assume that in reality you don't sleep in your day wear. Not intentionally, anyway. Wool, I actually admit, I have to say, wool is not my thing either. I had a wool jumper a long time ago. I just didn't get on with it. It's sort of scratchy, and I'm sure that it's probably just because it was cheap. But I've forever now decided that I'm not that big on wool jumpers or wool clothing. Beanie? Yeah, I can get on with a wool beanie, I suppose. But like a jumper, I don't know. It just didn't seem to... Didn't get on with it, to be fair. Didn't get on with it. So anyway, while we're waiting for the things to reset, I'm going to start thinking about this processing thing. We've got so much stuff in here. How much is it? What is even storing oxygen? We've got a reservoir of... That's a half-full gas reservoir of oxygen. We've got a slowly building up reservoir of hydrogen. We've got a load of mixed crap, chlorine and carbon dioxide. Well, yeah, I mean, the whole Christmas sweater thing, the whole Christmas woolly Christmas jumper thing is a thing. It absolutely is a thing. But I just don't subscribe to it. I'm not a wool person, you know? I don't know why. Yeah, it's one of those things, I guess. So that's going to be a water reservoir at some point. It's 36 tiles, 39 tiles. There's 2 gaps there. It'll just fill in a little bit there, so it'll all be fine. Harry Potter. I mean, Harry Potter may not be the best source of Britishness, but it's not completely wrong. Yeah, it's not completely wrong. I like the fact that if you go to King's Cross, there is, or at least there was the last time I were there, it was a few years ago, they actually did have a little luggage trolley halfway through the wall between platforms 9 and 10. They did actually have a little trolley halfway through the wall. It was, because why the hell not? And there was a gift store as well. It's not a very big one, but it is there. Oh yeah, definitely like and subscribe. There's gotta be that thing. I feel like we haven't seen enough of this pretty lady today. We have definitely not seen enough of the pretty lady. My beautiful Frau. Because she's so cute. Ah. So cute. Oh boy. Ah, right then. So the question is, if I just create a load of carbon skimmers, the CO2 sinks. So what we would need is various pumps. Pumpy boys. Okay. I don't really... Let's do some maths. Okay. Oh, there's stations. What are these? What are these carbon skimmers? It's not ventilation. Would it be utilities? No. No, they're not. Are they? So do they literally just separate it? I suppose they do. Yeah. I think you probably have just caught me at a good point to not fuck up. But the question is, what would be something that can get rid of CO2 in some fashion? Or is there not anything yet? We've got a lot of CO2 building up, and there's got to be a way that we can get rid of it. Oh, we could turn slime into algae. Lumber into ethanol, that's interesting. Water from polluted water means sand, okay. There's literally a search box. Carbon. So you've got carbon skimmer. Carbon skimmer is the only thing that's got the word carbon on it. I'm not 100% sure what to do with the CO2. Basically, yeah, chosen one, I guess. If there is something like that, that's what I really want to do, because there's going to be this huge tank of shenanigans that we absolutely need to deal with. But anyway, I think we definitely need to do some voting for a particular garment now that the time has passed. To be honest, Icarus, I can believe that is the best idea. I kind of feel like that there's still some oxygen atoms in there, though, that probably should be kept rather than just gotten rid of. But I don't know. I don't know how it all works. But we are on an asteroid. I kind of feel like recycling is the way forward. So anyway, let's have a little look. So we've got off by 1. And obviously Charlie has also decided that they want in on this. Oh, excuse me, I've got hiccups suddenly. Who else is deserving of the pom-pom knit suit? I've currently got off by 1 and Charlie Powell in the listings. Also, Chosen One doesn't seem... You don't seem to be interested in it, Chosen One. But I'm going to put you in there anyway. Because I'm that kind of person. And then finally, I feel like... Well, you're going to be in the voting anyway, Chosen One. And then I think Trillin has been... around. So Trillin's gonna get... Okay. So there we go. So we now have a vote. Who gets this beautiful pom-pom knit suit? I think this is an important vote that everyone should have a say on. Well, they're off by 1, straight in there voting for themselves. Yeah, we'll have to see how long it takes to catch up with who is a member and who is not. Because yeah, it is being a bit weird. Right, well I'm going to finish this pint and open up my last one. I'm only having 3 tonight. Three's like a, this isn't going to get me drunk. I say that, but I keep messing up my words. You know, work tomorrow, I don't want to be waking up all dehydrated and gross. Because you know how you end up, you end up all gross-mouthed, you know? Ugh. I like it, you're just kind of like, it's like, no, I don't want it. Give it to somebody else. All the voting, guys. It was such a slow start today with the stream. So few people turned up. And then suddenly it's like, yay, we get the influx of regulars and also some new people. I like new people. Sometimes new people are a bit weird, but I like new people. They're good. Okay, we got chosen one is now being the chosen. Oh man. Oh dear. Oh, my God. Oh boy. It's amusing, actually. We got enough people voting not for themselves but for the people for it to be being pushed away. It's like, no, you have it. 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 I don't think Chosen's voting for you off by 1 because they're being kind. I think they just don't want this, might I say it. I mean, purple's a great colour. I love purple. But yeah, it's a bit woolly. Okay, I'm gonna call an end to the votes in a few moments. So yeah, 10, 9, 8. Get your votes in soon. 6, 5, 4. I mean, I probably shouldn't say that like with 6 seconds to go because there's no way that the lag like between the live what I'm saying and what you're seeing is like 5.5, 6 seconds. So by the time you hear that you've only got 6 seconds left, it'll be too late. But anyway. Pretend kindness is also a kind of kindness. Yeah? I mean, I guess. Pretending to like someone is only the other side of the coin of liking them or something like that. I can't remember exactly how it was. My brain. What is with my brain at the moment? Right. So, no, not chosen one. Off by 1. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Damn, that is fancy. That is pretty damn fancy. You can't turn around and say that is not worth it. Look at it. It's even got gloves. You don't look particularly pleased off by 1. You do not look particularly pleased. I mean, you're just gathering dirt right now, so I suppose that's not going to make anyone pleased in particular. God, I wish there was a better storage system. And what do you do with all the dirt? We got pumpy things going on. This may or may not just explode all the pipes as usual. I'm kind of curious as to what happens now. Come on, you can do it, water. You can make it. You can survive the trip. Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, no, it's the pipes are popping. I mean, that was doing pretty well. I think it's because it was going through the air, and air is more of an insulator, whereas as it's going through the solid, it's more likely just to pop. A soda fountain which consumes CO2. I don't think soda fountains are supposed to produce polluted water. I mean, you're not wrong. I get that CO2 is how you carbonate fizzy drinks and stuff, but I don't think that polluted water's the way. Oh god, look how much pumpiness is happening there. And there we go, we've got that little issue there. And it's fine, it's fine. I'm gonna... Yeah, it's osmosis. Off by one. It's osmosis. I think there's something very wrong with making all of that stuff like that. It's just very wrong. Exactly. I mean, osmosis is scientific. It's definitely scientific. I mean, it actually is, to be fair. What I should probably be doing is doing some exploring, because I know Chosen One will cry if we don't. You know I love you. And also, it's probably true. So, what we could do is set our sights on something that's not gonna kill us all. See, this isn't too horrible, but what I could do is turn this into like an airlock and have that go that way with like a proper airlock with vac suits. Because I'm pretty sure we can have vac suits now. Exosuits, that's what I'm talking about. Exosuits. Oh, it's the Forge. So then we got Atmosuit checkpoints. Okay. Okay. What I could do. Because the oxygen masks are all very well, but they're not exactly ideal. Oh boy. Glug, 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 I guess. I think it's just all the water's just flowing out of these pipes. It's not a good... Water doesn't... That's not how water works. I am certain that this is not how water works. It is having a rave party. Look at it. It's just doing a... It's doing its own thing. It doesn't... You don't obey your rules. It's its own. It's strong, independent fluid that don't need no... any kind of physics. Because it isn't a being physics. Gotta admit, it's got some moves though, hasn't it? guy's got some moves. Brings an all new sort of meaning to move like you haven't got any bones in your body, or whatever it was. What's the phrase? There is move like you ain't got no bones in your body, or something. It's a weird phrase from a song a long time ago. I don't know. I'm trying to be funny. Although, to be fair, saying that I'm trying to be funny, I'm not only, in my opinion, I'm moderately funny on the stream, but I also got complimented by a customer at work, or a guest at work, should I say. I was described as having oh, what was the word? Oh, that's going to kill me now. But a something sense of humor. So again, and since I'm getting paid to do that, I'm professionally funny in multiple different ways. I'm professionally funny at my day job, and I'm professionally funny here. I think my sense of humor is a good part of the appeal. I like to think. I like to think that that's the case. Oh dear. Get my pipes fixed. It was a good idea to cool the water, but it's really and eventually, of course, that'll run out, and then we'll end up having water from other sources getting pumped through, and it'll be fine. Minecraft ho joke. Oh yeah, yes, only the classiest jokes here. Or another ocelot pussy joke. You gotta go to the jungle to get your pussy cats. Definitely, that was my classiest moment back in Minecraft. Oh boy. Yeah. Oh my god, there's so much. I suspect that there'd be a more elegant way of doing this with some kind of immersion tank cooling thing, where you pump in water that's like close. Oh god, yeah. When you are the best at using bait, I'm basically a child at heart. Yeah. There's no sophistication, it's all just toilet humor and teenage boy humor. It really is. Damn it, pipes! Stop exploding. I can't preemptively just get these high priority fixy things. Nice. Someone's getting plumbed. Nah, that doesn't work either. Anyway. Oh dear. We're all basically... Oh! It's like one of those, like amoeba, you know, like in sci-fi, there's always that alien race that's basically just like a blob. And that's what this is. It's a rave party by, like, space amoebas. And they're just, like, having a wild time. Like a wild time. Look at it. Oh my god. The water's on the go again. We may actually slowly get where it needs to go. There'd probably be a way of making some really cool engineering things that then will actually keep things cool to a specific temperature. I think once they get past the door and start going up the pipe here, they're probably gonna be fine. I'm guessing that's off now? Oh, no power? Ah, it's because of breakage. The thing is, I don't even think that these pipes are even, like... I don't even think it's that cold. I think the problem is that those pipes shouldn't be conductive. I don't know. I would say I'm not that sort of bright with it all, to be fair. It's unfortunately a short stream because of work tomorrow. Eventually, I will probably end up with one of those horrible months. Apparently, August is supposed to be a very quiet month at work. So, next month, I'll probably have loads of late sessions. Just depends, I suppose. Like, don't get me wrong. The supervisors, the manager, the hotel manager, and then the overall manager, they all like me. So, there's no reason why I won't get given work if they have the work available, but there's a limit to how much they can do because people are contracted. I am not. Well, that's also the other good thing off by one, because I did go to work today, and it was good to be back properly because good God. You know, when you're sat around with nothing to do, you end up just going a little bit batshit crazy, you know? So yeah, it was nice to actually just be getting on with stuff, you know? Just get on with stuff. What do you mean starvation? Who's starving? There's like so much lice loaf available for you to eat. Just eat the lice loaf, chosen one. Just pick the food off the floor, and there you go. Yeah, you're just a stressy boy. You do. You do need your massage. We could make a massage parlor up here, kind of a deal. I feel like that would be a good plan. Let's build that up like that. I'm just trying to figure out the best way of doing this. I suddenly realized that this is not actually a room. So there hasn't been like a barracks room for a while. Actually means that all of the things that I've just been selecting probably aren't required. Let's just deconstruct all of these things. Let's get the research while we've got votes and stuff done. So, we will do some research. So, what we were doing before... What were we doing? Let's have some ideas, guys. What do people want me to research? It can be like general stuff like gases or colony development or whatever. Or robotic tools, which is a very specific bit of research. Robotic tools. We're definitely going to get robotic tools in there. What do I think would be a good idea? I kind of want... Oh, we got that notification systems. I kind of want smelting. I'm going to put smelting in there. Because I get to choose an option. Or more. I mean, I pretty much chose every single option for the first vote. I wanted rads. I did one rad bubbles. Let's go with rad bolts as well. There we go. Let's do it. Let's get that delicious, tasty voting going. Okay. Ooh, getting a distribution of things. Yeah, I'm hoping by next session it will have adjusted the voting mechanism so that those of you who used to but aren't any more members, it'll set you back to one vote. Yay! It does sound rad, Trillin. You've got such a great sense of humor. Oh boy. Oh, I'm gonna give it a bit of a stretch. Well, I'll have to fiddle around with the system and figure out what's going on. But yes, it is an automated system, so the streamer bot can identify who has what level of membership, but, well, not what level, but whether they have one or not. Oh, I got pinky promises coming out. Jeez, don't start saying things like that unless you mean it. That's serious. You don't just say that like. I hope you understand the gravity of what you've just agreed to. Yeah, I'm gonna hold you to that off by one. I think that's something I will also try and hold you to do as well. I mean, good on you for putting that level of severity in there, but just make sure you stand by it. Right. Oh my god. This is like a three-way draw again. Am I gonna have to pick myself? I feel like they need to be in a group of 2 by 2. You know, like the voting options, they're all next to each other. It's not a bad thing, but they just seem a little bit floaty. Do you know what I mean? They just seem like they're just sort of floating there and they're not. Like, they're obviously all connected. Are they just too transparent, maybe? Because I can make them less Oh, ho, ho, ho. Last minute. Damn. I mean, that works for me. Yeah, we have unbreakable vows. I mean, to be honest, that's one of the things that Harry Potter got, like, pretty much bang on. We have the whole unbreakable vow. The only difference is you brew a fresh pot of tea and you pour it over the hands. You don't use the wand. But it's the same magical contract that cannot be broken. And it drains the life force of the maker, the pourer, the tea brewer, basically, dependent on the length of time and the strength of the bond and you know how long it lasts. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. I don't know. I think Charlie used to be vote power 2 and it's still like hanging on. But yeah, so yeah. I mean, I actually don't really put milk in tea. I can't remember the last time I put milk in tea. You put milk in tea? But if I do put milk in tea, I put the milk afterwards because the fat in the milk will clog the tea bags. Obviously, if you're not using tea bags, it's irrelevant. But yeah, the fat in the tea will clog the tea bags, so I'll definitely put the milk in afterwards. Tea bag in, hot water, give it a stir. A squeeze the bag generally, because I quite like a bitter taste, a stronger taste, so squeezing the bags is definitely important. You don't have to take the bag out before putting the milk in, but you definitely have to make sure that the tea bag's had its time with the hot water on its own before the milk goes in, you know? But anyway, I suppose we better call this thing. So yeah, we're doing smelting. Schmelten. Hopefully once that door's built, it might turn this into a room. Kind of feel like I'm gonna have to put a door here though for this room to then be a room. And then once it becomes a barracks again, hopefully we can get some bonuses again. Okay, so that's a miscellaneous room. But a barracks can be a maximum of 64 tiles, but it's too big for a barracks. So if I put a door here, it might make a barracks again. Nope, pneumatic door. We can see, in fact, actually, I'm just gonna... hang on, so if we have a 4 by, I don't know, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 by 4. It's too big. I think that 16 by 4 is still too big. Yeah, there's a lot of options that are going to be I might have to double layer. Could always change the let's see how it goes. There's a lot of things I would like to upgrade. It's whether or not they actually get upgraded is another matter entirely. Where's the karate chop station? Here it is. I hope it does look like a karate chop station, like properly. Okay, so we do have a barracks here, but we don't have a barracks here because there's just slightly too many tiles. Sad bloody times. We could build the ceiling down a little bit. No, an intermission isn't out of the question. I mean, yeah, I had one. You guys can have one a little bit. It's not going to be like super short. Like I'm not going to like be abandoning you in 45 minutes. Yeah, you know what? While we try and figure out all of this nonsense and we get Chosen One's karate chop station sorted, we can have a little break. It's all good. Oh, that's a bit... Okay. I'm not even sure how the best way to do... the direction that makes the most sense. There we go. Oh boy, look at that. Right. Let's do the whole intermission thing because I feel like it's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to have. So yeah, we have a very brief intermission. 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes sounds good. It's gonna be 5 minutes. I'm not gonna wait for an answer. 5 minutes, guys, and that's it. Do it. Oh wow, that was sudden. Here in 5 minutes. We're back. Back. Take 5 minutes. Give or take. That was pretty close to 5 minutes. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was letting things happen. We need smashies. We need so many smashies. I'm hoping that once we get the okay, what building's broken? Let's just get all of the things. Yeah, okay, yeah, I can have it around that way, I suppose. Move that cot, or get rid of that cot, and then... In fact, actually, that's pretty much exactly the sort of thing I should have. See, my brain is now saying, hey, it would be dead easy for me to just knock a delicious 5 tiles out of this just by getting rid of this. In fact, no. I've got a better idea. And then I can expand another area, make it all look a little bit prettier. No, I've got an idea. Got my idea. And then it will get the lower ones smaller. God, those cots take forever to deconstruct. What the hell? Ventilation. Let's put a gas vent just there. Let's get that gas vent deconstructed. Let's get the gas pipe deconstructed. These pipes have been wanting to be moved for a long time. Yeah, basically just put the wall here, get the pipes there, get a ladder there, but actually I don't think it's necessarily needed. I think we're probably fine. We're probably fine. Oh, look, Chosen One's just kind of like, yeah, karate chop machine. How is getting the absolute shit kicked out of you a good thing? Because I've had a massage, and it definitely wasn't that violent. I'm guessing this is like a Thai massage machine. Like it's like a barren room with pipes and dirt, and it's just like, hey-ya! Oh, yeah, so you're saying, so extending it that way. Well, I kind of want this to be... I don't know. I don't know how I want to expand the base. The thing is, there's only so much you can do to expand the base. Because of the heat and gases and things. It's an interesting dynamic. Do you know what I mean? Like with a lot of games, your expansion is like, you know, maybe monsters or something like that, or you know what I mean. There are things that prevent you from doing the thing of expanding, but here it's just kind of, those things aren't an issue. Those things aren't things like the temperature of the neighboring environment is stopping you, and that's bizarre. I love it, don't get me wrong, I like the dynamic, but it's just odd, you know? Oh, we're getting some random stuff. Luxury barracks is through with comfy beds. Oh, we have some overloads going. Now, the thing is that the hole underneath the water is just really bloody awkward. I don't like it. I'm not sure where else to put things. Like I say, spreading out is a bit of a pain. So I don't really know where or how to spread out at this point. Oh wow, all the oxygen got pulled out of these pipes the moment these vents got deconstructed. It did not like them. Well, there we go, we've got a pipe going now, so now the oxygen is coming this way. There we go. Okay, so now we've got 2 functioning barracks. Are you still in there, Chosen? Jeez! How do you even have an intact skeleton anymore? What is going on? I mean, you're less stressed. I guess you can't. If you get beaten enough, I get you turn into a liquid, and you can't apply stress to a liquid, I guess. Yeah, I think you're just being turned into a liquid, which cannot undergo mechanical stress. You weren't overworked. You love it. Anyway, so I guess I'll turn this room into a thing. I have no idea. Massage clinic. Here we go. A decor item. Okay, let's. I'm gonna, before you get completely liquefied, we're gonna be putting some, I don't know, trim and more trim. I'm actually gonna put this like really high priority. It's just kind of like just make a fancy ceiling for Chosen One. They whinge a lot. Too late. It's just too late, man. That is now a massage clinic, which is a shame that we didn't quite get that earlier. I'm sure you will. Oh, Zach briefly got a bit stressy. But yeah, Chosen, you're probably just going off for a snack. It's not the prettiest of massage clinics with this piping. But, I guess it's a thing. It counts. It counts as a clinic. No one's getting cold at night, that's for certain. Whee! What page are you going down there? That was good. Oh, coal into the thing. Coal into the thing. Still haven't got a CO2 thing, which concerns me. The water's fine. Kind of want to just drain all this water into this now. You know what I mean? I just want to break those tiles and have it all drain in. What I am going to do though is I'm going to build a wall here. Because I don't want it overflowing for whatever reason. Because I'm not 100% sure how the mesh tiles work when you put a lot of water in them. so that's a nice block to stop the water, and I just want to get rid of the dirt and crap. Research complete, apparently. I think we should have some research. We should definitely have more research. Research is always fun. Votes. What do we want, guys? What do we want next? Yeah, you like those robotic tools. Robotic tools. And obviously, if we've researched things and we've not implemented the things we've researched, say so. You know, you guys need to, because obviously smelting is something I want to get on with. But if we research something, or we have in the past researched something, and you want me to build it, then say so. Not maybe during the research voting. That's as good a reason to alarm thing. No, you mean notification systems. Yes, I think you'll find out off by one that those things you are colloquially referring to as alarm thingies are more officially designated as notification systems. My goodness, I did not realize my viewership was so base. Systems. Okay, cool. So we've got...
I don't know that.
Shut up, Alexa. Honestly. What do I want, though? I mean, Chosen appears to be here. The soda maker. I still don't even know what that is. Like, what is the name of the thing? Like, would it be... I'm guessing it would be gases? Really? It can't be. If this comes up with a match... Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, but it needs yellow. It needs yellow stuff. Oxalite can turn into gold? Huh. But either way, we can't do that without rad stuff. Which, speaking of which, rad bolts. But yes, unfortunately, we cannot research catalytics right now. Ugh. Excuse me, I've just been coughing. Oh dear. It's a thing. It's a thing. Like I'm probably not infectious, and I'm not so my brain is failing. But it's like I've still got all that crap on my chest, or at least a little bit of it anyway. And it's just like, ugh, gross. I'm going to turn around and pick something. I'm just going to go with solid transport. Solid transport. Because we need it. Oh, I'd love some pie. I haven't had a pie in ages. Oh. After work tomorrow, I may just have to. Nah, it's one of those things off by one where I'm like, I go in the back room and cough there, and most of these things, you're always infectious at the beginning before you know you're ill, then you're infectious for the first half, then your infectiousness trails right the way off because your body's basically beat the virus, but you've still got that physical symptoms, and then that trails off, and yeah, that's just the general way it works. We do have carbon skimmers, yes. We have them running. I was coughing in the back room once today. Once! Into their food. No, I'm kidding. Now we have like a back room that's got like the music system in, so all the background music through the speakers and the lighting, and there's some, so you know, like switchboardy power things. Make fun of me if you want. Shit. Ah, boy. I like the fact that's become a running joke. It's actually quite amusing. Because I gave them like a half-hour timer on the off chance they were just a naive weirdo. But they were probably a scammer. But it's just kind of like, it's just amusing. Just amusing. Every now and again we get them. Every now and again. Thankfully, infrequently. Oh boy. I think we're, oh my god. I'm stretching like a tired person then. So, okay, looks like robotic tools is the way it's gonna go. So I'm gonna give a few more moments for last minute votes to go through. But looks like robotic tools is in the lead. I think we're probably gonna go end up that way. Whereabouts is that? Let's have a little look. Silly? Yeah, you're not gonna go in timeout for being silly. Jeez, I'd have to put myself in timeout for indefinitely, I think. Now, I think when people start demanding contact details, yeah, that's a bit sus. So looking at this, we're going to get artificial friends. Sweepy. We've got Sweepy Boy. I'm assuming Sweepy probably doesn't know how to use ladders. We don't want to explore the runs. I know I've been ill, but I haven't had the runs. Well, off by one, there wouldn't be a huge amount going on if I did. Although, to be fair, a lot of the time you guys seem to be able to occupy yourselves and entertain yourselves perfectly well without me. I want to build it there. Also, let's build it there. That dirt needs somewhere to go. You know what's annoying is that if this was built one level lower, then I could put them all one down, and then I could build another level, and then have a second floor, just like the farm, of storage. Ugh. That's kind of frustrating that that's not something that's already been done. Oh, we've got algae? We've got algae. I didn't realize we even had algae now. Extended warranty. We get, I mean, I added my phone number to a little list thing where it becomes, it's complicated, but either way, the point is that I don't really get that many stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking off by one. But yeah, I generally don't get many scams coming my way for various reasons. But obviously, I do sometimes, but a lot of them seem to be, you know, you can claim this much on the accident you were recently part of, and I'm just kind of like, what accident? You know what I mean? Well, it's going to be on by one soon. have no idea. Yeah, we're gonna have to break into that chlorine gas canister thing. Chlorine gas sinks to hydrogen. Does it? What was it? I always forget exactly. So it sinks to hydrogen. Yeah, I know, but I'm just trying to think whether the chlorine gas is going to sink to oxygen or not. It's like, do I put a pump at the bottom, a pump at the top? If I dig that out, is the chlorine just going to go straight up into the top of this, or is it going to stay where it is? You know where I'm going with this. You understand my concern. You understand my concern. I don't think I have one of them. Unless there's literally one built into the game. At which point I do have one of those. Huzzah! Damn it! I've been kicked out the Geek Club again. Ugh. This always happens when I'm streaming. Well, that's artificial friends, but that's not robotic toolie thing, whatever it was. What I want is to build another platform, some levels. Oh, it's happened a lot over the years, man. When I got a girlfriend for the first time. Like, this is going back a few years. So when I first did my Skyrim playthrough, I was so excited for Skyrim, right? Skyrim was just like, at that time, like, I got it downloaded on Steam before it was ready to go live, and then it unlocked at that particular time, and because of time zones, it unlocked like really late in the evening. Yeah, exactly. And so I decided, yeah, I'm going to start recording this. I'm going to do a whole series. So I think like episode 1 of my Skyrim, and this is going back so many years. I don't rewatch my stuff. I was like keeping my voice down, saying, you know, sorry, my slightly whispery voice because, you know, my girlfriend's sleeping in the other room, blah, blah, blah. And I think there was a couple of people that turned around and go, yeah, don't lie, you ain't got a girlfriend kind of thing. But, like, I'm pretty sure it was jokey. It might not have been jokey, but I think I lost my geek license by, at that moment, having a girlfriend, I think. God, that was a long time ago. Yeah, that was a long time ago. How many years ago was that off by one? How many years? That was over a decade ago, probably. Because Skyrim was quite early on in the channel's thing. You know, I did the whole Minecraft thing on and off, and it started to take off. And I think Skyrim was quite early. I mean, yeah, the video evidence is undeniable. I mean, it's undeniable that I claimed to have a girlfriend at the time. Of course, it's entirely up to you guys whether or not you think I do, or did, because I don't now, but whatever. I don't think I was quite as rude as that, but probably. I mean, maybe. I'd like to think I wasn't that rude. I try not to be rude. Being rude is, you know, rude. But yeah, what a time. Ah, seems like such a long time ago. Back when I was in my 30s. Ah, so young and full of angst or something, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna put a little laddery thing here, and some tiles, and some storage bins. Kind of need to deal with that chlorine gas at some point. That would actually be a really useful thing for me to deal with. Oh, the door. The door. Damage shows them. I'm assuming that's what you mean by your door, is the thing. The printing pod is a thing. Honestly, some of you guys, I'm looking at you, chosen one, are so demanding. I mean, it had a certain quality, that's for certain. Yeah. This mic, who bought this mic? Because the mic that I'm on now is like the dedicated studio mic, which, you know, it's got its own charms as well. And I'm trying to remember who, because although no one person bought it, somebody donated during a live stream, and I'm trying to remember now. But yeah, that old mic was part of a headset, and that headset is long dead. My goodness, it's long gone. But it was like, I remember the port. I should really keep notes and remember. Could be Darth Malik. Darth Malik did donate quite a lot. Did Darth Malik also do the port? Because I ended up with a really expensive bottle of port as well one Christmas. Oh! Oh! Hairy arm reveal. I mean, my arms, yeah, they're a thing. Anyway, let me bomb, Lily, Seed, Ruby, Hassan, and Lindsay. Okay. So there are so many different things that I want to talk about now because I've started them and my brain's done the thing and then I mentioned them before. Oh, yeah, and the grapes as well, and the little, what was it, the cheese and wine cam or whatever it was. Yeah, it was good stuff. That was good stuff. Yeah, that was good stuff. And again, that seems like so long ago. It must be at least 5 years ago for that. But anyway, so talking about arm hairs. So I've been going through some paperwork because, again, connected to a previous conversation. I'm in a 2-bedroom house. It's my thing. I don't have anyone else living with me, so I have this second bedroom that's a spare room. And I'm like, I'm just not going to be having people staying in there. So I want to turn it into something else. So it becomes a storeroom with crafting stuff and a desk. And it's a bit of a haphazard space. So I've started really organizing it and trying to get my stuff together. But then I'm kind of like, you know what? It'd be nice if I put some shelves there, some storage, put some board games out instead of having them stored under the bed, and maybe I could put some more books in there, and I could hang that like blanket tapestry thing that I've got, and then I could have some more shelving units there, and I could put some souvenirs that I've collected over there. It's basically becoming a bit of a man space. It's like an old man reminiscing space. So I've got these things that I've collected when I was in Israel, and I've got these things that I've gathered as far as board games go, and I've got these things that I've used for cosplay stuff, and I've got these books that I've gathered over the years, and pin badges I want to put up, and photos and picture frames, and and it's like, oh shit, this is like an old man nook. Like it's like you picture all these posh guys who have their own studies and libraries, right, in films and stuff. It's like a budget version of one of those that's slowly growing in this other room. So it's my old man nook that's becoming a thing. And yeah, it's a bizarre little thing. But anyway, that's by the by. I was shredding old paperwork, and I'm like, oh, this shredder's starting to it needs a bit of an oil. And I normally use this like a vegetable oil. It is a granddad cave, or a grandman. Yeah, because I never married, so not a granddad. But anyway, so I decided, I normally use a bit of vegetable oil in there because it lubricates the mechanism, blah, 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 whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, this is getting a bit gunked up. I know, I've got this new lubricant, this PTFE lubricant. It's like a dry lubricant. It's a really, really cool thing. It's not organic. Cool. That's going to be better for the mechanism. But I didn't check, and you'll see where this whole thought is coming from in a moment. I didn't check the temperature that it can handle. So this goes into this electric shredder, and you the moment I say that, yeah. Damn it, off by one. It's not a personal lubricant. I mean, I actually would dread to think what it would. Anyway, the point is, so I carried on shredding things, and I had one of those oh no moments. So I had the whole thing in reverse because, you know, I was just clearing out some paperwork, and there was this bright flash and a pop and a flame, and the whole thing just stopped working, this electrical mains powered shredder. And I, for a moment, was just, you know, I don't know whether you've ever had that moment where you're like, you look at your body to see if there's any bits missing or gushing because of the, I don't want to call it an explosion, because it wasn't really an explosion, but there was orange fire and a loud pop sound, and the shredder stopped working. So I was kind of like looking at my fingers. That was the first thing I looked at, is my fingers. It's like, yep, they're all there, and they're okay. I looked at my knees because I was sat down at the time with it in front of me, and it's like, okay, they're okay. And I was just kind of like, and then I literally started doubling numbers in my head. I was like 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 120. Okay, great. So my brain is still functioning. Okay, I'm not damaged in some way like that. And I don't know why. Maybe it's just me. And I looking around the room. My eyes seem okay. Cool. And then I unplugged the thing. The thing is that it was a weird thing because after a few seconds it started up again, the shredder. So it's kind of like there was this pop of flame and everything. And it's kind of like, why is it starting up again? You've literally nearly exploded. Do not start up again. But I'm assuming the temperature shut it down because it's got like a temperature fail safe. So when the flames died away, it's like, oh, it's cool enough now. I'm going to carry on going. I'm like, no, unplug you from the mains. You're going outside. I do not trust you as a mains powered device anymore. It's like, oh. So I then found out that the hairs on my right kneecap have been singed, and they've all curled up into these little bundles. So I've now got these like rough, curly hairs on my right kneecap where this flame has burst out from this shredder, this paper shredder, and then they're going to be like that until they grow out, I think. So yeah, that was a fun time. Oh my god. But yeah, it was entirely just this lubricant, this PTFE lubricant that just ignited and didn't do any harm to anything. I still don't trust the shredder. It's getting chucked away. It's only a paper shredder. You can get them cheap enough. But you know, I think it's better when things like that happen for you to not trust the device. So that was a fun situation. And that's what reminded me the whole hairy arm thing. Leg hairs just on my right kneecap getting singed and curled, and it was just the most bizarre thing. I'm feeling them now actually, and they just feel like they're kind of almost right now. Yeah, it's so bizarre. What I would say is if you're using a mechanical device and that you're supposed to use lube on it, a lubricant in any way, just double check what kind of lubricant, especially if it's mains powered or there's high temperatures or pressures involved. Don't just be like, that'll do, fine, whatever. Because that's kind of scared me, you know when that moment happens and you're just kind of like, okay, I'm still here, that was dumb, why did I do a dumb thing? Anyway, looks like we're getting the balm lily. We're definitely getting that. That's a thing. So yeah, that was my little anecdote for the day. Hopefully that was amusing. Yay! So yeah, I just got weird knee hairs now. Entombed? Who's entombed? Paigey, what are you doing, man? Oh, God. Deconstruct. Low priority on that. High priority. In fact, no, let's just... Oh, God, Paigey. What are you doing to me, man? Get out of there! Thanks. Oh, God. To be fair, this is very much a... I'm going to chat about random stuff. And the gameplay is... It's there. It's not necessarily the... it's not necessarily the priority, though, is it? I've not electrocuted myself too often. I think the most memorable electrocution was when I electrocuted myself off a really old camera. And this was when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I used to love taking stuff apart. And it could be a cereal box, which I break the seams down, turn it inside out, glue it back together, and now you've got like a blank box on the outside, so you can draw on it. Just a normal amount, yeah, exactly. Just a normal amount of self-electrocution. But the camera had, you know, it had a flash built into it, and if you know much about electronics at all, you'll know there was a big capacitor in there, and the capacitor had charged up before it got given to me as a... We don't use this camera anymore, here you go. So I'd taken the batteries out. Not kind of understanding it as a child that the capacitor will have charged itself up and it will hold a charge when you take the batteries out. So I take apart this camera because I'm a kid and I like taking electrical things apart. And oh boy, at some point I came into contact with that capacitor, and that's a core memory, you know? If you yeah, that's a core memory of don't fuck with capacitors. And in hindsight, I remember the capacitor was reasonably large. I mean, bear in mind this was an older camera. I was a child at the time, so yeah, it was a hecking chonker of a capacitor. And yeah, you can get serious burns off these things. The current that it can supply is pretty damn big. So yeah, that was an electric shock. I've also got an electric shock, which is a funnier story, off a cattle fence. So those of you who have had any experience with farming or cattle, is that, you know, you fence in the cattle, and the cattle, they're big. Cows and sheep are big animals, and if you spook them or they decide that they want to destroy something, they will do so. They are very big. And so, in modern times, they put a bit of electricity through the fences, because when the cattle come into contact with the fences and they get a little painful shock, they don't go near the fence anymore, and they then get over it. But remember to stay away from the fence. So I thought, as a teenager, that I thought that it was like a constant thing. So the whole idea was this wire was above the fence. So I just like really well, yeah, a bit like Jurassic Park, I guess. It was a low fence, as you're about to find out. So it was me and the mate, and I'm just kind of like, no, let's, and I'm kind of like wanting to check. I know it's not gonna kill, but you know, I'm like, so I tap very, very quickly, you know, that kind of like tap and then back away with your hand on the wire fence, and nothing. So tap, nothing. Okay, so I'm really like, oh, it's not on. Cool. Because me and a friend of mine, we wanted to carry on into the fields. We wanted to carry on exploring because that's what we did. So after I determined that the fence was not active, I stepped over it. But of course, at that age, I didn't realise a fact. It's not constantly on, it pulses. It'll pulse off for a few seconds. Pulse off for a few seconds. So, by the time I came into contact with it while it was pulsing, I was halfway over it, one leg one side, one leg the other. And I then found that, yeah, it's got a good jolt to it. Harmless, but painful if you happen to be exactly or approximately halfway over it. So yeah, I got a cattle fence electrocution right where nobody wants it. And we decided after I picked myself up that there are other places to explore in the world. Let's leave the fence alone. Yeah. But again, you know, one of these experiences you arrive. So that's the other time I electrocuted myself. Hey, BMC, you missed me electrocuting my bollocks story. Yeah. So, yeah. I still say that the camera was way worse. Like, I would say despite the fact it was my hands that came into contact with the camera flash, that was a worse experience than the cattle fence between the legs. Which shouldn't be in the grand scheme of things. Absolutely was. What am I even doing in this game anymore? I don't even know. I've kind of lost track now. I think we're fine. like, yeah, we're fine. I think. Let's. How much have we got as far as aluminium? We've got a bit. We've got a bit. That's cool. Let's make some power cables. I think we should just make power cables. I mean, to be fair, it's not a bad choice to actually decide to upgrade all the power cables. That's the thing, off by one. You know, when you're a kid and you don't get these things. And I'm assuming my parents also didn't understand about the camera as well. Otherwise they wouldn't have given me the bloody thing. I guess it was one of those things that's like a learning experience. To be fair though, the camera did get thrown away because it was broken in some way. I can't remember the exact things. It was broken not in an electrical way, obviously. I think it may have been that the lens was cracked or something, because it wasn't like an expensive DSLR, but no, it wasn't a D anything. Oh, jeez. That's an interesting thing, because yeah, digital photography wouldn't have even existed back then. But yeah, it wasn't an expensive camera, so it was a case of it's broken. Let's give it to our son because he likes disassembling things. So then it ended up going in the bin because I you know, being electrocuted really badly is enough to put you off whatever it is that you were doing. So I decided I didn't want anything to do with the camera anymore. Which is fair. Oh, and it completely ate it off by one. Whatever you typed, even I don't get to see it. When I was a kid, I got curious if cars wheel passed over my foot, it would hurt. Maybe not as much as you think, to be fair. I don't know why that comes along, but yeah, your foot, if it's over your foot on its side or like the bridge of your foot, but if it's just your toes, it probably is not gonna really hurt much. Because I think that it'll hurt, but it won't. I don't think it'll break anything, just the toes. Because the tires are squidgy enough, and you're not taking the full weight of a car. But I could be wrong. But I've just seen the way tires actually squidge when they're impacting things. I don't know. Don't have a car roll over your head, that's for certain. Oh god, that reminds me of a film. What film was that? Where they were saying that they used to scare people into, you know, telling the truth by by getting a car tire and then revving a nearby car and then pushing the tire, like a loose tire, against the person's blindfolded head. So that they think that you're revving a car against their head, but you're not. Well, off by one. Whatever you're typing, it's obviously a terrible... You're obviously a terrible human being for whatever it is that you're trying to type. I'm just going to throw that out there. Terrible human being. I'm going to dig this out. And then it's all going to flood down there. It's all going to go into this little containery thing. And it's all going to be good. Because that's 36. That's 39. But there's empty tiles. There's those mesh tiles. It'll be fine. There we go. How did it drip away that direction? Water in this game is just some kind of... Water's weird in this game. Water's super weird. I didn't put a pump in there. That was a mistake. Yeah, that was a big mistake. I was gonna put a pump in here, wasn't I? Well, now we've got some water, yay! Yeah, we can come in through the top and dig downwards and do it that way. It's fine. What on earth are you even doing? Like you say, research. We're not doing. We've got no research. Yeah, research before the end of the stream. I think that's a fair ask. Right then, guys, come on. Before we end the stream, we're going to have to get some research done. What research do you guys want? Let's get that to votes, blah, blah, blah. Okay, what are we getting? What are we getting? What are we getting? Rads, you want some rad bolts? Rad bolts. Rad bolts is in. What else do we want? What is that? Valve miniaturization? Oh, I see. So like mini pumps. Oh, that's kind of cool. But it's only small amounts. One assumes that they're not going to be as good as the big ones, but maybe they're better efficiency volume, but it doesn't matter because they require the big research anyway. We do have a carbon skimmer. Specifically, we do. We've had a carbon skimmer for quite a while. We've got some in the basement, in fact. Literally, if I pause it and go here we go. There's some carbon skimmers right there in the basement doing their thing. Because we basically have it doing a thing. So much oxygen in this place. We've been slowly making progress. I like the fact that oxygen has not necessarily been the issue right now. Though we definitely need to deal with... we definitely need to deal with the oxygen and polluted the CO2 and the polluted oxygen in some way. But we can sort that out next time. I know. So, rad bolts are a thing that people have voted for. I think notification systems have been repeatedly notified about. What else have we got? What else have we got? I think automation. I think automation. Automation. The soda maker. Like you say, yeah, there's a whole soda fountain thing. The problem is it's yellow research. We're not going to get anywhere without rad research. Although, hang on a second. No, am I jumping the gun? Yeah, the soda fountain. Hang on. Yeah, the soda fountain, if that's what you're talking about. Is unfortunately yellow research. So unfortunately we can't do that because we'll never get it done. We just don't have enough yellow research. That's what rad bolts are going to be for. You only want that because your duplicant is so stressed. You want some lemonade. Because life's giving your character lemons at the moment, and you just want to make lemonade. That's basically the truth, isn't it? Let's put catalytics in anyway. But to be honest, if I put catalytics in, it's just going to go rad bolts. A vote for catalytics is a vote for rad bolts. There we go. I'm going to do it anyway. So a vote for catalytics is technically a vote for rad bolts because we need rad bolts before we can get catalytics. Because we haven't even gotten the gourmet meal preparation because we've run out of uranium. No, I think that's actually good advice. Although one vote too is not good advice. Wow, notification systems seem to be popular today. No tiff. Let's see. Yes. That pesky shift key. It keeps shifting. Oh god. Yeah, maybe I should get sleep before work tomorrow. Probably a good idea. Right then, what else have we got, guys? Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. We've got some votes for notification systems. That can't be it though, yeah? Is that all we're going to get? A few little mini votes? I suppose you could use the word over in two different ways. Like over, obviously, physical orientation, but also over like it's all about control. Like it's all over control. Like the whole issue is all over control. Over, how would you say that shift is, you know, over control? I don't know. Oh, well, hello. What have you been doing? What have you been doing? Oh dear. What are you doing? You're giving it a meow. Are you? What are you doing? Did you hear I was going to be ending the stream soon? Is that what you're here for? You had a good snooze. Yeah? You had a good snooze. I think she had a good snooze. Anyway. Wow, Radbolts has suddenly gone crazy. Wow. Okay, well, I mean, I just been petting Freya and obviously talking to her, as you heard, and damn. It's the thing is, Charlie, is that there are lots of people that used to be members, and at the moment the StreamerBot program hasn't updated itself, and I can't see how to get it to update itself that they're no longer members. Like you, for example, you know, you had that gift from Herr Strudel for a while, and it's just kind of like, what's going on? And I think it's just counting a lot of people who used to have 2 votes as still having 2 votes. I think it'll sort itself out. But not at this stream, apparently. Yeah. Yeah, it's just anyone who used to be a member because of the gift thing that's just literally run out. Then yeah. Thingies. Oh, I'm gonna have to call it though. Votes end. I'm gonna have to type it soon. Oh dear. So any last minute votes, now's the time. Press this button, because I don't press it very often. Whee. And then it's all going in the text box now. Yeah, that's clever, Malik. That Radbolts has got it. I was surprised at that. I turned around and suddenly Radbolts are a thing. Radbolts. That's basically that one. Material science research. So that is what we're going to be doing. It's exciting. Now hopefully we can start emptying some of these and slowly transform this room into a 2-story room, doubling up the storage and maybe getting our storage under control. Then that's fair enough, Pagey. Honestly, if I didn't have work tomorrow, I'd be wasted right now. Not that I'm trying to be a role model or anything like that. I mean, heaven forbid I be a role model. Good God. But as long as you're having fun, then it sounds good to me. That's basically it, really. You washed. I mean, that's responsible hygiene there. Yeah, I'm okay with this. Washing is important. It's very important. Because otherwise, you smell bad, create a bad environment for other people, hygiene is reduced. Oh, I see. Wasted. That makes a lot more sense than washed. It's like it was so perfect. I washed. It was, yay! Well done. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. No, that's good. That's good. I'm hoping that your family shenanigans has been entertaining. Or tolerable at least. That's the thing with booze. If someone gets absolutely drunk, it could be that things are... Tep. Yep. Oh, I bet you're hilarious to watch type now. Because he's just kind of like... Just keyboard skills. They just kind of go out the window. It's fine. It's great. Music. Yeah, music's a good idea. I will develop music-y things. Yeah, Patey's awesome. Good. You shouldn't. There's no reason why you should care at all. It is all good. Is that gonna make... Oh, there we go. There's some sounds happening. No, there's not. There is now. I don't know why why was they muted? There we go. I mean, Freya's a cat. So yeah, that's not untrue. She's not too bad, to be fair. Bear in mind, Freya's an older cat. She's been around a few years, and I think she's just very chill. Like, she doesn't beg too much. Like, she gets into a good routine. Like, I've stick to a routine, and she knows that she doesn't know what time it is. She can't tell the time. She's not that smart. But she kind of feels it in her heart, when the evening's coming and supper is about to be dished out. But yeah, she doesn't bother me at night. Like, I know some cats can bother their owners in the mornings and wake them up and stuff like that. She doesn't. She waits for me to naturally wake up, and then she just licks my arms. I just don't think she's particularly hungry, like... I just think she's just a very slow old lady at the moment. Bless her. I'm assuming that will kick in. Hey, it did! Do not give Freya your phone number. It would be a very bad thing for you to do. Oh dear. And don't give her extra food either. If she pretends that she's starving, it's because she's not. I think that may just be a typo because 3's and E's are next to each other, but hey, you know. This is some very chill. This is some chill music. Ha 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 ha. I'm not sure whether she can count that high. I wonder how high cats can count. Like, I know animals can count. And they've done various tests on how high they can count. Like birds, for example, like they can tell if there's an extra egg in their nest. And some birds are actually instinctively will abandon their nests if an extra egg occurs. If they just randomly be like, hang on a second, there are too many eggs in my nest, they'll abandon it. So obviously certain animals can count. Lol. But yeah. No, apparently they've done as much tests as they can to eliminate that sort of thing. Like, yeah. I don't know whether very smart is the right way of wording it, but smarter than people, measurably smarter than people assume, sure. But yeah, there's a counting mechanism where if there's fewer eggs, they don't care. If there's more egg than they do, if there's rearranging, they don't care. Like, so they are recognizing that there's been an increase in egg. And at that point they're in areas where cuckoos exist, and therefore they know that this mystery extra egg, or they don't know, but genetically speaking they have an instinct that says extra egg is bad. I will waste my time feeding another bird's chick. Oh yeah, corvids are super smart. Night, Paigey. Sleep well. Drink water. Paigey, make sure you drink some water, okay? Well, okay, you drink booze now, but make sure before you go to bed, drink some water. Yeah? Make sure. At least a pint. Depending on the kind of drink you're drinking, I suppose. But either way. Yeah? Water before you sleep. Okay? Promise the chat, Paigey. Water before you sleep. We can tell you what to do if we want. I mean, to be honest, Charlie, if you're doing shots, you need more than a shot of water between a shot of booze if it's spirits. But either way, it's yeah. Oh man. But anyway, sounds like you had a good night, Paigey. I'm glad. Meat. Yeah, I think with beer it definitely helps. 1 pint before you sleep after a heavy beer night is always good. Meats are good. Anyway, so I'm going to head off because I've got... Oh my god, it's nearly 10:30. So thank you to all of my adepts, Walter, Necromancer, Nakomi Summers, Darth Malak, Mr. X Trillionaire, Strudel, Luca, Wild Magic, and thank you to all of my apprentices. God, that list is a lot shorter now. Woohoo! Easier to get through. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Thank you for just putting up with my random burbling about nothing. I guess it is true. You're not here for the games, and I'll take that as a compliment. And you take care of yourself, Paigey, as well. Don't do anything that's going to give you a thumping hangover, or you're going to look back and you'll be like, oh god, why did I do this to myself? I mean, Strongbow Dark Fruit's not bad. Like, I'm not a big cider drinker, but it's easy to drink. That dark fruit is good. Yeah. Just for the chaos. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I mean, if you're here for the games, then I'd probably have to get good. And that ain't gonna happen. Everybody knows that's not gonna happen. Anyway, I will catch you all later. I will hopefully see you for a delicious, delicious Sunday RimWorld stream. But obviously, in the meantime, take care of yourselves, especially if you've been drinking a lot. I don't know whether you've been drinking a lot, but, you know, you might be. I wish I could. Oh my god! You could already be regretting on the same night. Oh, I don't. Oh, you'll have to let us know how you got on later on in hindsight, and whether or not you regret things like afterwards. God, but if you're regretting it already. Ooh, right. Well, I'm gonna head off because otherwise I'm gonna end up just Sunday RimWorld. It's gonna be fun. Probably. I think I'm here Sunday. God, my brain is doing a thing now. Yay! Cheerio, everyone. Take care.